Hello and welcome back, or welcome either way. My name is Heidi, and this is Heidi's Homemade, and this is a video about cross stitch. Um, so this is going to be a WIP parade, a mid-year WIP parade. Basically because I don't have enough content to show you for a regular video, and I realize that I've been gone for like a little over a month. I actually went back home to Illinois for like 3 weeks before school started to hang out with some family and friends, and so I did not do any videos while I was gone. And I stitched on a few things, but there's not a lot to show, so I'm going to do my mid-year WIP parade for you guys today, and next time I will do a regular Flosstube again. And my plan is to take images from this video to show you comparisons going forward. I haven't really done that before. I try very hard not to edit videos. I don't do it very often. But I want to try to start showing the progress pictures for you guys, because I know that a lot of you like that. So, yeah. Not too terrible much going on in my normal life. Like I said, I did go on like a 3-week, I guess, vacation trip. I took my so I took my Mini Cooper across the country, and so if you don't know, if you're new, I live in Arizona. I'm originally from Northern Illinois, and I've lived all over the place and stuff. But I decided that since school had not started yet, and I had a little bit of time because I actually just started doing my student teacher observations. So I am headed into my student teaching part of my degree and certification. So there's that. But I decided before school started, because here in Arizona, a lot of the school districts start much earlier because they are all year schools instead of the ones that start like August. Like, yeah. Anyway, I wanted to take that trip and be back. So yeah, there's that. Yeah. Anyway, I don't really have too much else going on. I sold my other car, so I have my Mini Cooper. I had also a Kia Sorento, and I sold that when I came back. Mainly because I didn't really need a second vehicle, and I also did kind of need the extra money to get me through the last few months of school. If you're new here, I basically quit my retail management job last November and decided to go back to school and become a teacher. And so I've been just kind of living on savings, doing a little bit of work here and there, but mainly just focusing on school and getting that done. My goal is to be done within the year. So I started school in mid-January, and the goal is to be done December. And then I'll be done with that. So yay! If you are just joining me, if you live in the Arizona area, I do host a stitching meetup every other Saturday at the Mesa Public Library. So if you're interested in that, I will have contact information below in the box. Just feel free to contact me. We actually have one coming up. Depending on when you see this video, the next meetup is going to be July, sorry, I'm just pulling out my calendar here. It's July 29th, and we do it every 2 weeks. So if you're interested, shoot me a message. My information will be in the box below. so you'll be able to contact me on that. I also host a, sorry, I opened a can of worms here. I was trying to see the calendar and it just opened everything. Okay, so back to points. I also host a Zoom call every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Arizona time. So if you're interested in joining that, obviously you do not have to live in Arizona to join. We have some people from other places. When I was in Illinois, I did it from Illinois. But it's 7 p.m. Arizona time. And if you're interested in joining us on that, also my information, again, will be in the description box below. It always is. And you can contact me, and I will send you the links and everything to have you connect with us on Zoom. So there's that. Anyway, let's get into stitchy stuff because I don't really have too much else to talk about. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, yeah, so these are not going to be in any real particular order. I just grabbed all of my project bags and basically lined the floor next to me with all of my project bags. If I counted correctly, I think there's 42 or 43, something like that. So not like a lot. As you can see, my shelf right here is empty. Those are all of my passive WIPs that I wasn't currently actively working on. So those all came down and they're sitting next to me. They're kind of mixed in with my other ones because as I like pulled them together, I just kind of mixed them up. But I'm also, if you see me taking notes, it's because there's a few that like I'm thinking about starting over or putting in the UFO pile. So I might take some notes about that. And if you see me looking up, I am looking at my other screen because I'm also going to tell you when I started these, and I have that on my spreadsheet that's on my second screen. So if you see me looking up and trying to read something, that's what it is. So I can give you the most accurate information. So there is that. All right. I think that is pretty much all the bookkeeping stuff. So let's get into some WIPs. And like I said, these are not in any particular order. A lot of these I did start during the May, the May, whatever you want to call it, mayhem, mania, whatever you want to call it. This one that I'm getting ready to show you, and I need a new mouse, so it's taking a little bit. This one is Tiny Modernist Stitch Witch, and I meant to start this on an 18 count. However, the fabric was mislabeled in the package, and this is actually a 14 count, and I'm really hoping that it's the right size. And before I go any further, so I haven't stitched on this since May, and I started this on May 28th. I haven't, I'm looking at it, okay. I haven't touched it since May because I didn't want to continue working on it if it's not going to be big enough. And I typically don't leave myself a huge margin, so I'm going to have to recalculate the size since I realized while doing another piece that it was 14 count and not 18 count. And it, you know, when I was cutting it up, I should have noticed, but I wasn't paying attention. It didn't even dawn on me. But anyway, this is where I'm at. And this is on, it's 14 count taupe from My Vintage Needle Arts on Etsy, which I almost always have linked in my description box because I actually really love her fabrics. I love that they are stiffer because I stitch in hand, and I really love that I don't have to worry about it getting all distorted and everything. Sorry. So I really like her fabrics in general. I was a tad bit disappointed when I discovered that it is 14 count and not 18 count, but it is what it is. I think it's still going to be just fine. Looking at the picture, I think I will have enough space, but I want to recalculate it and measure it before I continue adding more. Basically, when I do a new start, I'm not going to spend so much time on all of them, because we don't need to watch this for 2 hours. At least not at this pace. I'm so sorry. So when I do a new start, I do one full piece of thread. So if I'm doing 2 strands, then that's 3 pieces, or 6 pieces, depending on if I just double it, whatever the case is. So I cut off my length of thread, and I do that complete length of thread, and then I call that my new start. So this is one length of thread in obviously black, and I think she's really going to pop on this fabric. I'm just hoping that it's still big enough and I don't have to frog it and start over on a different piece of fabric. Because it doesn't bother me that it's on 14 counts. I'm worried that it's just not going to fit. And this bag is a me-made bag. It's actually my first attempt at bags, so it's a little bit not not right. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, I guess we'll just start a pile. Okay, so that was the first one. This one I should have prepared, but I didn't. This is a pattern from the World of Cross Stitch magazine. I have not touched this one in probably 2 years, honestly. So this is going to be exactly the same as what it looked like the last time I showed you. Oh, there's still a needle in there. The last time I showed you on my last WIP parade. And I don't have it pulled up and my tablet is dead, but it is a bouquet of daffodils, and I think it's called Happy Blossoms. And like I said, this is probably between 3 and 4 years old, the pattern. I know that I started stitching this probably about 3 years ago, but I haven't stitched on it. I know I have not stitched on it since I moved to Arizona, and I've been here almost 3 years. If that tells you anything. This is on 16 count Ginger Snap from My Vintage Needle Arts. And again, I love her fabric. I love how stiff it is and that it's easy for me to stitch in hand on. This one, I actually like the pattern, so I don't really want to put it in my UFOs. I only have one in UFO. It's in timeout. I'm not sure if it's ever going to get finished. I love it, but I don't want to finish it, I guess. I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll pick it back up and finish it. It's a huge piece, and I'm over it. But this one, at some point, I will pick up and finish, I think. So it'll just continue being in my passive WIP category. That one, let me see if I have it marked as to when I actually started that one. Happy Bunch. And it looks like I started at 6/8 of 2019. It's possibly, well, no, actually, the other one I have in UFO is the oldest WIP I have, and then this one is second. All right, moving on. This one was a mystery box from Forbidden Fiber Co. And this is the pattern. It's in black and white because it was a mystery box, because you're supposed to open it and do like a color at a time. And I obviously did not do that. But this is what it looks like, sort of. And I haven't stitched on this one too much. It's been in my passive. So I've got part of the moon here, and then like into like the grassy area that leads up to the house. And it is Forbidden Fiber Co. fabric. Let's see if I can find, because of course I don't have it in any kind of order in here. I just have it thrown, all the floss is thrown in there. Nope. I don't know what color fabric it is. Does it say? Doo-doo-doo. It does not say what color the fabric is. It is 16 count. I can tell you that. But it is an opalescent, which is driving my eyes nuts, by the way. Lighter colors when they're opalescent don't seem to bother me, but the darker colors in opalescents do. I'm not really sure why that's the case, but it seems to be the case for me. So there's that. And this is from a Forbidden Fiber Co. bag. I don't think this is the bag that came with it. I really don't know. It could be, but it is a Forbidden Fiber Co. bag. Next, okay, so this one is Little House Needleworks Snowy Petites. I started this set for the 12 by 12, and I honestly, I don't have anything stitched on this, so I'm not really sure where I'm at. I think I still have, one left. So this one is what I have left to do, and then I think, no, I did that one. It's this one. Here. Should be my last one. So I know I did the tree, I did the houses, and I did one of the snowmen, and I think I did this one, because the pinks look familiar. I guess I could look in my finish bin, but it's not that important. So I just have this one left to do, and then I'll be done with this. It's still in my WIPs because I have not finished the entire set. And I know why I haven't finished it, because I totally picked the wrong color. So I picked this really pale blue, and it washes out everything. The snow doesn't show up on it because it's too close to white, and um, yeah, I lost interest in it because it's not showing up right. But I already did the other ones on it, so I will finish it and make them into little ornaments, and hopefully with Christmas lights shining on them, you'll be able to see it a little bit better, or not, and it won't make any difference. But I will finish it at some point. All right. This one, I do have it in my passive WIPs. This is All Hallows Eve from, well, it's not All Hallows Eve, it's just the name of it. It's Quaker Pumpkins. I call it All Hallows Eve because that's what it is. And this is from Hello from Liz Matthews. I actually really love this pattern, and I think that's why it's been in my passives, because I don't want to finish it. I want to continue stitching on it. But I am here. So I don't really have that much left to go. And I don't remember what color this fabric is. Let me see if I... No, I just show as 18 count. I'm not sure what color fabric this is, but it is a my vintage needle arts fabric, and it is the called for Forbidden Fiber Co. because it was a floss kit that I ordered from Forbidden Fiber Co. And I really, really like it, and I think that's why I've been taking my time on it. But I want to move this back over into my active WIPs because it is actually one of my favorite patterns, and I want to work on it again. So I need to pull it out and work on it and finish it and cut off the rest of that fabric because there's way more fabric than I need. So I could use that for something else. Not that I don't have any fabric, because I have tons of fabric. You can see some of it over here. They've fallen off the shelf. I need to figure out a different way of storing them. And then I have a whole nother shelf above it that is all... There's a couple Adas in there, but it's mostly linens that are above it. Anyway, this next one is one that I need to make a note of because I want to restart this one, I think. I don't know. It's so close to being done, I'm not sure I really want to restart it. And I can't show you the pattern because it is the pattern. Or a picture because it is the pattern. This is a Scandinavian Christmas ornament. This is from the Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornaments 2022 magazine. And it is Hannah Bridget Designs pattern. And I want to, yeah, there's not that much done of it. I want to start it over. This is what I have of it so far. And it's going to be like that big. That's the rest of the fabric. And I spilled some coffee on the bottom of it, but it's nowhere near the actual stitching. So what I want to do is I want to start it over and just do the red and the teal and leave the white, because the white it's bleeding off of the other colors, and the fabric is already white, so why am I stitching the white? And I really like how this one, that's Cozy by Liz Matthews. I really like how it came out with the white space. So I'm thinking I want to restart this one and just do the color. I think that's gonna look better. I think I'm gonna like it more. I might even change the colors up. I do like the colors though, the teal and that kind of off red color. But I started that for this last year's 12 by 12 for New Year's Eve. For New Year's Eve. Um, Scandi Xmas Restart. So yeah, so I know I started that. It's one of the few that I have not finished yet from my New Year's New Starts. Because I have finished a lot of the ones that I started from that. And this is a little bag, the reusable sandwich bag from Grove. I like using them for little project bags. They work very well for that. Next up is one of the other few ones I did not finish from my New Year's 12 by 12. And this one, I actually messed up on a piece of it, and I think I have to, I think I need to frog it in order to do something correctly. I'm not sure. I haven't picked it up again. So this one is Apothecary, and this is from the Just Cross Stitch Halloween 2022 issue. And I just make a photocopy of the magazine pages so that I don't mess up the magazine, having it float around all over the place. So this one I think I worked on twice, maybe, here. And I forget, it's something, I'm not sure where, I think it's this. Yeah. I think right here I stitched all the way across and I wasn't supposed to. I think that's where I messed up. But I might be able to still work with it. I don't know. It's been a while since I looked at it. I would have to look at it again. And this is done on 14 counts. And I want to say this is Smoke from my Vintage Needle Arts. I'm not sure. It feels like it. And I'm not, I remember I'm not using the call for colors. I'm using, if I had the call for color handy, I used it. Otherwise, I used a color that was as close to it as I could get without, yeah, having to go get more floss, because I have tons of floss. And I probably even had the right colors, I just didn't have them handy. So that was from the 12 by 12. This one is also from the 12 by 12. This one is also from a magazine. I think this is from World of Cross Stitch. And this is Snow Globe. This is, there's 4 different ones. This is the bunny one. I have not stitched on this since then. And I don't have, there's a ton of colors in these though. That's a lot of colors. I don't have my tablet available at the moment because it's dead. I checked it just before I started filming. And then this one, when did I start this one? It was not, This one I started on like a whim. I know I didn't start it for the 12 by 12. When did I start it? Do I even have it on here? That's another question. I might not even have it on there. Because I don't see it listed. So I'm not really sure when I started this one. I started it on a whim. And it is Witchy from the Just Cross Stitch 2021 Halloween edition. And this is, so it's just a little witchy hat. And I'm doing it on 18 count. Goes like that. And this is all I've gotten so far. I think that's like maybe 2 days of stitching. And I don't remember why I stopped stitching on it. I think it was Holy Confetti, and I wasn't in the mood to do confetti. But honestly, it probably wouldn't take me that long to finish it if I just picked it up and worked on it. This one is another one that I am not doing call for colors. I am doing the closest color I had to it in my collection. And I apparently don't even have it on my list, so I need to make sure I add that. So I'm going to set that to the side. Okay. And then this one I don't think I have on my list either because I didn't like it. Yeah. I wasn't going to continue work on that, so I'm not going to show that one. It's going to go in the UFOs. La 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 la. Okay. Next up, I have Christmas Signs by Tiny Modernist. And I planned on doing all of them. I started with this one. That one. And I worked on it for a while, and I stopped working on it for whatever reason. And this is how far I got. The colors really look nice on this gray fabric. This is a piece of 18 count, like generic fabric from Amazon. And it's like, it's not stiff, but it's not super loose. So it's kind of a weird fabric to stitch on. And I stitched in hand, so I think that might be why I was kind of like, but I do plan on finishing that. I just worked on it, and then I put it away, and then I never picked it up again because other things called my name. But I do plan on doing all 4 of them, and I have 2 different grays to do them on. So I'll do like this one and this one in the same gray, and this one and this one in the same gray. That's the plan anyway. Maybe for my new starts, or maybe for my 12 by 12 this year, I'll work on finishing some stuff. That one, I don't think I started that one for the 12 by 12. I think yeah, I started it right after. I started it on 1/2 of this year. Let's see. This one is, okay, so this one is a new one. This one I started in May. Ooh. Pick that up. Use a floss. This one is Hoot Magic by Mama Witch Stitch on Etsy. She's also on Instagram. And I started this one on 5/2. So this was one of my May starts. And I'm doing it on navy. And this is how far I got. Basically, I got most of the face. So I got the dark and most of the medium brown done. And that was like one day of, like one night of stitching. So I didn't give it a whole ton of time, and I haven't gone back to it yet. So there is that. Let's see. Then some of these I don't remember what's in them, so I'm just like, what's this? That one can go away. Let's see. So this one is another May start, and this one is Ink Circles, the Mask Square. And I started this one on 5/6, and I'm doing it on 32 count Bloody Mary. This is white oak. And I'm using Ohio Lemon Pie from Gentle Arts Needle. So that's what I've gotten. This was one day of stitching on it at the library. So that's how far I got on that. I really like this one, and I just haven't worked on it recently. So I only gave it one day of love. It will get more. I really like the color combination on that. And again, I don't know why I haven't worked on it. Other things have caught my attention, and so I have not worked on it. Okay, so this is another May start. And this one is Whale Watch from Chessie and Me. This is a kit that I picked up at the attic. And this is where I'm at. I've only stitched on this one for like 2 days. So I have all of that grass done, all of the water, so I need to add in the white waves here. I'm almost done with the whale. He's just missing his tail. The house is almost done. I need to add in the door and the roof. And then there's like that big flag that goes across it and like the little like star thingies. And then it has that over one potted plant thing that goes up the side of the house. And that is on 36 count Lakeside linen. I don't know what color it is. It's whatever came in the kit. And it is Gloriana Silks that it's being stitched with. There's that one. So this one is Primrose Garden White Christmas 2022. And I started for my May new starts, I think this was on like the 25th. I started this one. I have finished that one, and I have started on this one now. So, but they're on the same piece of fabric. So this is where I'm at. So I finished this, and I did do Santa in black instead of white because I thought it looked better. And then I have a start on the snowman. I have the snowman stitched. He's just really hard to see because this is a very neutral color fabric. It's like an oatmeal neutral kind of color. And it's on 18 count. But once I start stitching in that blue background, he'll pop. And it'll look nice. I was a little worried about it on this one until I finished stitching the blue background. I'm like, okay, I do like it. And I'm stitching 1 over 1 on it, so it's a little lighter even than what it shows on the. And I'm using called for DMZ, or as close to it as what I had when I kitted it up. So there is that one. And I plan on doing all 4 of them on that piece of fabric. Next up is a caterpillar cross stitch perfect posy. This was one of the subscription boxes from a few months back. I don't remember. Let's see, I started this for for May, and let's see, what day did I start that? $5/26 is when I started this one, and I've only worked on this twice. This is where I'm at. Like I said, I've only worked on it twice, but there's not a lot of stitching on this pattern, so it shouldn't really take that long once I actually start stitching on it. That one. Alright, so this one is another one that I started for May, and I do not have a picture to show you because it was a mystery kit from Forbidden Fiber Co. It was a mystery Yule box, and when I started it for May, all I had done was the tree. I had finished the tree, and I had done started this little Yule log. Okay, so I took it with me when I was on vacation, and I have stitched the rest of what you see here while I was on vacation. So, and like I said, it was a Christmas mystery box from Forbidden Fiber Co. So it's their fabric and their floss choices to go with it. It is a stitchy bendy pattern, bendy stitchy pattern, and it is available. It's Yule Dance or Yule something from Bendy Stitchy. The colors that are called for in the pattern that you can get now outside of this mystery box are different. This colorway was specific for that mystery box, but I think it's coming out really nice. I like the way the colors are coming, and it's showing really pretty on this opalescent fabric, and you can almost see the snow that's stitched in there. So, but it'll be really pretty when it's done. But I stitched on that for a few days while I was on vacation, so that's gotten a little bit of love since I started it in May. Okay, there's that one. Next up is Away We Ride. I started this on 6/17. So this is Away We Ride Blackbird Designs. and I am not using called for. Some of the colors are called for, but most of them are not. And this is what I have so far. I'm doing this on 18 count. You know what? I think I have it written down. I'll do. Let's see. It's 18 count haunted, but I did not write who it's from. I want to say it was Picture This Plus, but I'm not entirely sure. And so this is what I have so far. I've got most of the center done, actually, because after this part that goes across here, it's just the words, and then it goes into the border. And then after this, there's like a border thingy, and then there's words, and then it goes into the actual border. So I've got most of the inside finished, because I'm a center starter. So I started on that house. And holy windows. Like, such weird windows. I think it looks really cool on this blue fabric, though. I really like the way that it's popping on this bluish, this really pretty blue fabric. Okay, so that is that one. And it like just barely fits in my bag. I mean my bag. And this is Garden of Zig from Ink Circles. Next up is Gathering Honey. This one was the first one that I started. Oops, I didn't put that back in there. This one was the first one that I started for my May New Starts. And I'm almost done with it. I haven't decided if I'm doing the border on it yet. So this is the Gathering Honey, and I have so this is where I'm at. So I don't have that much left. I have the flower here, and I have the second bird that's on top of the bee skep thingy, and the couple little motif things that go up here. And that's all I have if I don't stitch the border. And I haven't decided if I'm going to stitch the border yet or not. On Gathering Stitches, I stitched the border, so I'm probably going to go back and stitch the border just so they match, but I'm not really sure. I'm torn. I'm not sure. I think once I get it stitched, I'll decide, because then I'll see how, because like the thing that bothers me about not stitching the border on this one is this flower here. To see how it's like straight and then it goes deep. I think this one kind of does the same thing. So if it balances out and it doesn't look weird, then I might not do the border. I'm not really sure. But that's what I have so far. Another good, like, stitchy day on this, and it would probably be done. I've been on kind of a try to finish things. Yesterday, and I'll show it on my video next time, but yesterday I did finish 2 projects. So there is that. Let's see, and then this one has 2 projects in it, and I started both of these in May. Like, why can't I find them? So I have Honey Fair, and then I have Strawberry Fair. And Strawberry Fair. So I started those together this is what I have so far on Strawberry Fair. That is literally one strand of floss. So that's, yeah. So that was my start for that one. And I got a little bit further on Honey Fair. So there's Honey Fair. I started with that light color going through, and I did like 2 strands from the thing of floss. And I'm like, that's not enough. So then I did another strand of floss. So yeah, that's what I have. I mean, they're coming up cute. I think they're going to be really cute. But those were, let's see, like this, they were, yeah, the 15th and the 16th of May is when I started those. All right, moving on to the other side. So then I have another bendy stitchy. This one is Patriotic Pin Keep. And this is where I'm at. This is also on that taupe. So I had originally planned to do this on 18 count. And then again, this is the one that as I was stitching, I was like, this is 14 count. So I will remeasure it before I go any further and make sure that it's going to fit before I continue stitching on it. I think it should because I think I left enough space on the sides because I'm hit or miss. I leave like at least an inch on the sides, especially if I'm planning on finishing it like a pillow or something. But I'm not super good at leaving myself like 2 or 3 inches. But that one I think was the last one I started for May. No, it was 5/29, so close to the last one. All right. This one is almost done as well. This is After the Storm. This was a like a fundraiser one that Forbidden Fiber Co. put out after a string of tornadoes went through like their area in Tennessee, something like that. And since I'm from the Midwest, I'm very familiar with tornado damage. And so I jumped right on that and ordered it. And so this is where I'm at. This is another one that if I just sat and stitched on it, I could probably finish it fairly quickly because the words go pretty fast. But honestly, the yellow stitching, it was taking a while. That's a lot of yellow stitches. But yeah, like I said, it's another one that if I just sat down and stitched on it, I would probably get it done fairly quickly. So there's that one, and I'm using the colors that came with it, so they're called for colors, and that's the bag that it came with. There you go. It's got little raindrops, and it's got a cloud. Super cool, and that's from Forbidden Fiber Co. This one, okay, this one is Gaia, the Mother Earth. This is from the, what is it called? It was from the Earth Day collaborative thing. That's what the pattern came from, and I don't know if I have a pattern that I can show you. So, it's all one color, and I picked a color that unfortunately was a one-of-a-kind color from Forbidden Fiber Co. because I used to belong to their Floss membership. And I am pretty sure I'm not going to have enough to do the whole thing in this color. So my thought process was to finish her upper body in this colorway, and then when I get down to her skirts, to do that in another colorway. I'm not sure. The colors themselves, honestly, because it's such a solid here and such a solid here, I might be able to find a couple DMCs that are very similar, and kind of alternate between those, but I'm not sure. So she's kind of been on the back burner until I decide what I want to do, because I know I'm not going to have enough floss to do the whole thing, which is a bummer, and I don't really want to start her over again. But I don't know. I might. I don't know. I might start. Honestly, I might start her over again and do like a gentle arts that has the double amount of floss, so I know that I'll have enough floss to be able to finish her. Because I know that if I had like another skein, it would be fine. So there's that. So let me make a note of that. So Gaia, I might be restarting her. Next, okay, so this one is another ink circles, and if you haven't noticed, I kind of like ink circles. So this one is Aspen Mandela, and I also plan on doing the little one down, the little one down here as well. And I am doing this on 14 count simply because that's the fabric that I had that I thought looked really good with it. And it goes like that. So that's the center, and I'm just working my way out from the center, and that just really made everything red. But the color is actually coming through pretty good. So I thought that this fabric really looked a lot like the fabric that they used on their model. So it kind of gives you that sky kind of vibe. So that's why I picked this fabric. I don't usually stitch on 14 count. I don't even know where I got this fabric. It was something that I bought, I want to say on Etsy, as like a oops sale type of thing. Yeah, that's the way it goes. I had to look at my stitches to make sure I had it in the right orientation. So there is that. I think it was called Rain Clouds. Yeah, Gentle Rains. But I don't know what company I got it from, what vendor. I'm hoping that I have enough that I can cut off a corner of it to do that little piece in. And that one was also a new start from May, and that one $5.9 is when I started that one. Moving on. So next one up is going to be Hello Fall from Stitching with the Housewives. And I changed the color of the mug. The other colors I got as close as possible to the called for DMC. And it's, get to it. I have all these other ones that are finished already that I have not taken off yet because I want to finish all of the sides before I take it off. So this is how far I got. This is one day of stitching on it. And so I use that teal color that is like the substitute that I used for Really Tealy, I think it is. for the coffee cup. So I'm using DMC. But he's only going to be like something like that big, something like that. So, but yeah, so that is what I've gotten on that. And that one, I'm not sure. I started it for May, New Start. And I am really getting bad about putting patterns back in the bags. Because I have my, or at least pictures. I have that still sitting there. So I need to put that back before I lose it. So, if you watched my recent videos, most of those you've probably seen recently, because most of my WIPs are ones that are from my May New Starts because I tend to finish things. So there's that. So then, let's see, this next one was a May New Start, and this one, there's just a little bitty picture. This one is Under the Sanguine Moon, and this is from Stitch Sprout on Etsy. She's also on Instagram under the same name. I really like the colors of this one with those purples and that teal. So there's that. And I'm doing this on I would assume 36 count. And this is my vintage needle arts. I put, shoot, did my needle just fall out? Yeah, I think it was right there. Darn it. Because I had put my needle in the top of the fabric so I could see which way it went. But apparently that did not work out for me because I think my needle fell out. I want to say it goes this way. And you can kind of, I have most of the light purple, that light purple in there. So then there's another purple that goes with it. And then the moon should be almost done. And then going into the black and stuff will make it pop. But this is my vintage needle arts, and this is Black Magic in the linen variety. Black Magic in Ada is so much darker, and I really, really enjoy it. And I know I just lost the needle. I don't know where it went. I'll find it later. Probably with my foot. You know how that goes. So, there's that. I only stitched on that once, just to get it started. Okay, moving on. This one has a couple projects, which I will separate now that I have some empty project bags. So, the first one I've got here is JBW Designs, and this is With Love. So that's that one. I don't think I'm going to do the With Love at the bottom. I think I'm just stitching the heart parts. I started that at an all-day stitching thing for Arizona. Goes like that. Okay. So this is where I am so far. And I'm stitching with Forbidden Fiber Call poinsettia. And this one, if I remember correctly, I was starting to get worried that I was not going to have enough because it looks really cool with the way that color is just kind of naturally variegating itself. So I might look up and see if I can get another skein of this just to be on the safe side, because I have a whole nother part of the heart to go. because this takes me, this I think is the center of the heart. So it goes, there's like the hump, and it goes this way, and then it goes like that. So I just kind of like took it where it wanted to go, kind of organically, to make the colors work. And I have on the back of this, in case you're interested, I have Les Petites Balloons, which I also did in a Forbidden Fiber Coal, but that one was not anywhere near as dense of a stitch as this one, and I had plenty of floss, so I didn't have to worry about that one. This one I am worried about. I don't think I have enough floss to finish it. It'll be close if I do. So I'm probably going to go on and see if I can find all right. So then this one is one that I am seriously considering restarting because I don't like how it's looking. And I might just restart it on the same piece of fabric and just use one strand instead of two. So this is Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. This is Harvest House. It's number 9 of the Pumpkin Lane series. I started backwards. I started on 9. And I am using the call for DMC. So this is what it's supposed to look like. And in general, the DMC is not going to look that much different. However, mine, it's very bold. And I'm not liking it. So what I think I'm going to do, which is why I haven't stitched on it since, and this is 18 count. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start by pulling out this squirrel and restitching it in one and see if I like it better. And this is like a putty color fabric. Otherwise, I might switch to linen and see if that makes a difference. I don't really want to buy the floss because I have all the DMC. I don't really want to buy all the floss because there's quite a few colors. But yeah, so that one I need to get around to frogging, restitching, and seeing if I like it better that way. So there's that. Then, all right, so this one you have not seen in a while. So this one is, Twin Peaks Primitive, St. Patrick's Day Smalls, and I started with this one. I don't know why I started with that one, because holy green Batman. I started stitching it while I was doing schoolwork, and I was so bored stitching the green that I put it down and have not picked it up since. And I really wanted to do some St. Patrick's Day stuff. And this is on 18 count white Aida. But holy green. I just need to like power through it. Because this one literally is the only one that has so much green that it's just insane how much green is on that. And it's 18 count. Can you imagine doing it on 14 count? Oh my god. This is where I'm at. I do plan on finishing it. I just have not picked it up again. I should. I would like to get at least one of them done before St. Patrick's Day next year. That would be nice. I have all the fabric. I have all the fabric already pre-cut for all of them in my nice Black Cat Stitchery St. Patrick's Day bag. But like I said, that green is just so much green, and I had to step away. Okay, Next up is all of my heartstring samplery stuff. So I started a couple different festive fobs during the May new starts. Okay, so I started these, and I did this one. I think it was that one, and I think it was that one. That looks familiar. And I finished them and sent them as a small exchange. So what I have left are two other ones. So here we are. This is on 25 count Lugana, 1/1. And this is in natural Lugana. And that one it's this one right there. And then this one it's so tiny. This one is this one here. So there's those. And then I have maybe, I don't know, extra piece. Then I started the Festive Little Fobs Christmas edition. And I can't get it to open. So the way that I do these, in general, I do one color until I finish the thread, and then I move on. I think that's actually this way. Not that it really matters too much, but I think it goes that way. And then I move on to the next color. There we go. And I do that until I finish the color. They're so tiny. I love them, but I can't do too many of them at one time. They are so tiny. They're so cute. So that's what I had started for that. And I have all the festive fobs, and I do intend it to do all of them. I just needed to not start them all at once, because I have all of the colors to go with all of them ready to go here. So there's that. Okay. Then also in the same bag, I started the French flea market Biscornu, also in 25 count Lugana, and I don't even know which way this is supposed to go. It's so tiny, it's hard to tell. I think it's supposed to be that way. I don't like it on the Lugana. So this one I'm probably going to restart on something else. I don't know if I'll do it on linen, but I don't like it on Lugana. Well, if I did it 1/2 instead of 1/1, I might like it better. So there's that. And the reason why this bag is so poofy is because it has all of my heartstring samplery ones in it, because I have all the floss that go with it. All right, so next up is Bendy Stitchy's Haunted Mansion. This is one that I started with my stitchy friend Melissa. We started it at the same time. So we started along. I'm not sure we're stitching along, but we started along. And this is where I'm at so far. And this is on my Vintage Needle Arts Marlowe, and it is 18 count. I'm using all the call for colors. I think the only thing I switched was the white etoile to like the silvery color or ecru or something like that, because that's what I had. But other than that, I think everything else is the call for colors. And it's actually coming along pretty well. I just need to stitch on it. I was trying to stitch on it on the 13th of every month for Friday the 13th. But then May happened and I got out of it and I was gone this month, so I didn't pick it up because I didn't take it with me. So I'm hoping to get back on track on that one in August. Okay, next up, I feel like I'm going on and on. Okay, so that's what a WIP parade is, right? This one is Little House Needleworks Bumblebee Petites. This one I also started for the May 5/8 is when I started this one. Oh, Haunted Mansion I started on 1/13, which is why I was trying to do the 13th of the month, like every month. So I started on 1/13, and yeah, there's that. So yeah, so Bumblebee Petites. I love the petites. They're so cute. I've worked on this a couple times. I was kind of doing this the same way that I did the Festive Fobs, where I would do like one full color and then do another one. But on this one, I have only started 2 of them so far. So I have this little guy who's almost done. He just needs the flowers, I think, that go. Yeah, there's flowers that go like right here in between. And then this one will be done from what I can tell looking at the picture of it. And I think I'm using the call for DMC. And then this one's got more. This one's got some more grass. And then there's flowers and there's like the same kind of flowery thing. And then there's flowers in the corners. And there's a couple little bumblebees in there too. So this one's got quite a bit more stitching left to do on it. And then I'll start the other 2. But I will do that one. And they are really cute, and I think that this gray is a good choice, and the 18 count is working really well. They're the right size. So yeah, that one I've worked on them, I think, one more time after I initially started them. All right. This one I have not started yet. And let's see. This one is Shine Bright from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. This was box number 7, apparently. I'm not sure what month this came. This is an older one from them, from their subscription box. I'm not sure when it came, though. And it's actually one that I was like, I'm not sure if I want to do it, because it's not really my style, but I started it for May, so there's that. And it goes this way. So this is what I have. This was one night of working on it, probably while watching a movie. So that's how far I got. And there's only like 6 colors, 7 colors. So there's not like a ton of colors. So it should go pretty fast, and it's all blocky. The only place where it's not really blocky is down here where the grass and like flowery stuff is. So it'll be cute. I'm not sure what I'll do with it when I'm done with it, because it's not, like I said, it's really not my style, not my thing. But it's cute, and I'll stitch it, whatever. Even if it just sits in my done bin forever. Until I figure out what I'm going to do with it, or give it to someone as a gift or something. Who knows? Next up is the other Chessie and Me American Coast that I started for May. New starts. And this one I have not gotten as far on. So this is what I have so far. Floss up there. And this is a Lakeside Linen, 36 count, and it's Gloriana floss. So I've got a lot of the grass done. I still have quite a bit left because it goes like this way. And it's got like the berries going through it. I have a few of those stars already in there because that's where the middle was, and I'm a middle starter. So there's that. But I've definitely gotten further on the Whale Watch than I did on this one. Because that one I only worked on one day. The Whale Watch I worked on 2 days. Next up is Nevermore from Lila Studio. And this is the Forbidden Fiber Co. edition. So it is on the Forbidden Fiber Co. all the stuff. So the floss from Forbidden Fiber Co. It's all tangled up there. And the fabric. And this is where I am at so far. I'm basically doing one page at a time. So I left off doing this big mandala that's up here in the corner because I had to restitch this box like 3 times. And yeah, I was just over it at that point. So I put it away, and then May happened. So there's that. So that is that. That's another one that I plan on picking up again soon. There's so many that I want to work on. I don't have a rotation per se, so it's hard to say when I'm going to get to something and not start something new. Ooh, that was sticky. Okay. Next up is Autumn Lane Bewitched. This one (11/21/22) is when I started this one, and I honestly have not worked on it very much. I don't know why. I really don't. I don't know if I know what. It's 18 counts, but I don't know if I know. I did not put the name of the fabric. It's just 18 counts. And yeah, there we go. So there's her legs. That's her legs. There's a little bat. That's what I've got so far. This fabric is just soft enough that I need to put a, I think that is Forbidden Fabrical fabric, that I needed to put a hoop on it. I hate hoops, by the way. Then, next up, this one I started in May, and this one is Bloom and Grow from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. This one was originally, I believe this one was originally a stitch along, but I did not start it then. I ordered it much later than that. And this one, like I said, was a new start in May, and I did not get too far. This is on looks like it's 14 count. It's either 14 or 16, but it looks like 14 count. So this is what I have so far. I start in the middle, so this is the middle flower, and it goes down. So there's that. And this is just on white. And it's a kit, so it's just the called for DMC. And it's the whole kit. The white and everything is from the kit. But I think it's pretty, and it's something that I would probably display somehow. But yeah, so it's that center one with the sunflowers. There. Okay. Moving on. All right, another Forbidden Fiber Co. We are almost done. And this one is okay. This one is Hope and Fear. This is the Hunger Games one from Forbidden Fiber Co. It says hope is the only thing stronger than fear. A little hope is effective. A lot of hope is dangerous. That is a quote from Snow. So this is a kit that I ordered from Forbidden Fiber Co. obviously. And it is huge. It is huge. Way bigger than I thought it was going to be, I think, when I ordered it. So that's the center. And that is part of the bird, obviously. It's going to be huge when it's done. I've worked on this, I want to say I've worked on this one 3 times. Not many. I want to say it was like 3 times. And this fabric is really, really soft. And I definitely have to use a hoop with it. And it is the all the called for Forbidden Fiber Co. because it was a kit. And then this is the bag that came with it. And I want to say that this kit is still available on their website. I know the pattern is. Okay. Next up is another Caterpillar cross stitch. If I can get the picture out here. So this is How Does Your Garden Grow? And this one I know was a stitch along, but I ordered it after the stitch along because I wanted to see what it looked like. And it's cute, and I like it, and so I got it. And where I am at, I've stitched on this one a few times. It's here. So I've actually got quite a bit of this one done before May happened. I was cruising along pretty well before May. And then May happened, and I got all sidetracked with May and new starts. And then this is the last one from the Christmas, or not Christmas, the New Year's 12 by 12. So this is the pattern, and this is Reindeer Christmas Gnome by Le Petit Croc. And this one is kind of, it's got blended colors in it, and it's a little annoying. But this is where I'm at so far. So, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I don't have that much left of this one. And I've stitched on this several times. It's just, it's a slow stitch. You wouldn't think so because it's not that big of an image, but it's a slow stitch. And there's, like, in the skin tone and in the beard, there's a lot of blended colors, which makes it even slower because you're kind of paying attention to how the floss sits once it's on there. So yeah, I don't know. For me, this one seems to be a very slow stitch. But I've worked on it 3 or 4 times, so I am making progress, and at some point I will pick it up again and work on it again, and I keep doing that. But that, I'm just checking, that is everything. So, I don't know if you were counting. I definitely was not. But that should be around 42, 43 WIPs. So, if you stuck with me this long, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and thank you for bearing with me. If you have subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. If you have not, why not? I do intend to switch up some of my stuff in the next couple months as far as how I present things and everything. So there will be a few changes coming. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I will be as of right now, I intend to film in my normal 2 weeks, and I will have a couple finishes. I don't know if I'll have fully finishes because I don't have any right now, but that doesn't mean I won't in 2 weeks. But I do have a few finishes to show you, and I'm sure I will have some stitching to show you. So some WIPs and some, progress. Progress, that's the word. I just went and saw the Barbie movie today. So have you guys seen that? That's why I'm wearing my pink. Because you have to wear pink to Barbie. But I really liked it. If you've seen it, leave me a comment and tell me what you thought of it. But yeah, so I will see you guys in about 2 weeks. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.